Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is Friday and I'm already working on this beautiful cross stitch pattern. This is Melody of the Night and the designer is Artecy. The artist is Leonid Afremov. These are really very popular designs, and there's a whole load of them that you can choose from. I don't know what it was about this one that I liked the best, but I think the whole composition seemed to appeal to me. So we have lovely sunshine today, and I'm really just working on this little section up here, which I have to say I've put this one down for quite a while now, and the reason I did that is because it is really heavy in confetti. So my poor head was getting crushed with all this confetti, and I couldn't do it for long periods of time. So I put it aside for about 2 weeks, not too long. And today I just fancied, like I've said in other videos, when the weather's really good, I get really inspired to work on colourful designs. So I'm working on this little corner up here, and it's got some light blues and dark blues. And I'm really going to be moving on to that middle of the pattern there, which has got a lot of different blues in it. So it's going to be really easy to get these mixed up. So I'm going to have to be really careful with how I organize my skeins. And if you're not sure which count I'm using, it's a 25 count lugana, but it's not white, it's got a blue tint to it, which you might be able to see. And I just kind of fancied going a little off-white. I think bright white fabrics make it difficult for me to see white stitches, although this one doesn't really have white stitches. Not very much, so it probably wouldn't have really mattered, but I just loved the colour of this fabric when I saw it online, and I just had to get some. There is a lot of confetti in this chart. So generally I manage about an hour, maybe 2 at the most, and then I put it away for a few days because I feel like it really sort of tires me out a little bit. There's a lot of changing of threads, and it doesn't matter which way I work it. It doesn't matter if I'm doing rows or if I'm doing cross country, there's still a lot of changes of colour. And at the moment I'm kind of working in columns, and I'm doing one colour at a time, going down about 10-15 stitches. So that's kind of working for me at the moment, but it really does kind of leave me deflated. It makes me tired, but I truly love the chart, and it's kind of worth plodding on with it. But it's one that I'll do in little, small spurts, short periods of time, so I don't get too tired. I also didn't feel like I had to grid this one either, because I'm working in such small sections. I didn't find that I needed to, but as soon as I get to areas that need a little bit of guidance, I might put in a few grid pen lines, and I've used that before on other charts, and it's kind of helps you keep on track a little bit. And I know I'm kind of bringing out some waste threads out the side there, because I've seen somebody doing it on a floss tube, and I thought it was a good idea, although they can tend to get a little bit tangled up. but I don't want to do waste threads that are going to waste too much thread. So basically I'm just trying to keep them as short as I can and a little bit out of the way. So the colours in this are really admirable, and I think that every time I look at it, I just admire it. I admire this chart so much. It is as difficult as it looks. It's as complicated as it appears. I think that's what gives it its merit, is that there are so many colours and so many shades blended together that you can see that it's a complicated piece, but at the same time it's so artistic. It's more painting like, obviously, than other designs that you do, that some people can do, which are just based off photographs or landscapes and that kind of thing. And this one is just looks so much like a painting, even in a cross stitch form. Just try and separate my threads a bit. So with it being Friday, what I normally do on the weekend is I tend to just give myself a free rein on whatever pattern I want to work on. That's if I haven't designated the weekend to be a family event where we kind of go out and do stuff as a family. So if for any reason I'm at home for a few hours, I will just pick up the one that I feel like doing. At the moment, I've come out of my decision to do monogamous May, and we are into June, and I think for June it's been even more relaxed, even more laid back. I started on Riverwalk Charm, which is a regular chart, and I moved on to my Sad Fairy, which is another regular chart, and then I bounced off into this lovely Melody of the Night. And I also like working on this one in the evening as well. It's strange, isn't it, how you can put all these things together and have a certain time of day that you like to stitch, a certain chair that you like to stitch in. There's so many factors involved. I think the more you think about it, the more interesting it becomes. Quite a bit of navy in this section. It is nice when you get a little block like this, which is pretty straightforward, and you don't have to keep making too many changes. Oh, wrong hole. I'm still tending to occasionally miscount, but not to the extent where I feel I need to grid. Oh, it's getting a little stuck. Oh, and the other thing I have to say is that my ability to thread the needle quickly has come back, because a couple of weeks ago it had disappeared and I lost my threading mojo, and I couldn't do it. The threads were just laughing at me. And then all of a sudden it just reappeared. For no reason. I was able to just thread them really quickly again. So I have no idea what happened or why that was the case. It's like a mystery. At one point I was even thinking that I might have to take out my needle threader, which I haven't used in years. So yeah, it was a little bit worrying for a while. I'm loving how these colours are coming together. So even though I'm not doing row by row in this one, I'm still trying to keep within my margin so that I can not go crazy. And initially when I started doing this pattern, I had a nice little smaller square, and then I did a whole bit of cross country, and that kind of, you know, upset the balance a bit. And then I went back and did parking again, and then I went back to the row by row, and now I'm back to doing a few individual strands again. So it does change, it changes like the weather, but I don't mind, you know, I'm just going with the flow. I don't have to stick to any set rules, and you know, you don't have to stick to any set rules. You can do all the different methods you like, or you can just stick to one forever. It's up to you. I do, however, think that I won't stop doing the parking to some extent because I find it so useful. And having said that about threading quickly, I am now struggling to thread. Ah, there it is. That's just typical, isn't it? And just going to get another few little stitches in there. And I think I'm going to leave Mr. Afremov for today, because I can only do little spurts of this. And even in this short video, I've been able to do quite a bit. Maybe I'll just do this one more. Then I'll have to come back and finish off my little section here and carry on working downwards. And I think I've almost completed 2 pages now, so that's not bad going really. This is the small version, by the way, it's not the large. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it. So thank you for watching, and I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you soon.